Hello friends, so let us talk about Windows components. So components are that some appears on all Windows or others only have a certain kinds of Windows or other another certain conditions. So it's a typical window which may be composed up with dozen or so elements. So for consistency purposes, these elements should be located in the same positions within the window. So most windowing system provides consistent location for elements in their own windows. Some consistency do not exist in element location. So it's a different type of window. However, do some differences in what the elements are named or what graphic images or icons are used to identify them. Now let us see one by one. First is the components are frame. The first one is frame. So what is frame? A window will have a frame or it's a border with a rectangular shape which defines its boundary and is distinguished it from the other windows. So within a boundary, it is not to be a rectangular shape. This shape is preferable a square shape or different types of shape for the most people. And the textual material which are also needed reads from left to right fit mostly efficiently within the structure. Now the border comprises is a line of variable thickness and the color. So this variation can happen with the other window like the type of the window being displayed. If the window is not resizable, it will be a long rectangular shape. For example, if you have seen the Python window, so once I downloaded the Python version, it was a 32-bit, I suppose, and I was trying to extend that window, but it wasn't not. So that the frame was it was only a rectangular, long rectangular face, and it was unable to stretch. So, so there are the certain windows which are restricted to that shape. If the window is resizable, then it may contain control points of sizing, and it cannot the border coincide with the edge of the window. Next is the title bar. Now, these by looking at these components, I guess you know all these things because when you started learning your computer subject, you might have encountered with all these things because these are the basics that are taught for the children to understand what are the components of computer and what is title bar, scroll bar. I think these are in the oral or in the Viva they ask these questions. So let us revise this once more. So title bar. The title bar is the top edge of the window which is inside its border and extending its entire width. So the title bar is also preferred to do some platform as the caption bar or title bar. The title bar contains a descriptive title identifying the purpose or content of the window. So in Microsoft Windows, suppose the title bar may possess at the extreme left or the right ends in control button. For example, as access point when the user clicks on the title bar using the secondary mouse button. Now this theory is about like when you have that mechanical optical mouse or the mechanical mouse with the two buttons or three buttons like so when you click on the middle button that is supposed to be select or choose. So for example, as the access point, when the user clicks on the title bar using the secondary mouse button, the pop-up or shortcut menu from the Windows appears. So the title bar writing guidelines is about like how to write. Pressing the Alt plus spacebar key combination also displays the shortcut menu for the window. Then you have a title bar icon. Now, if the window contains a tool or the utility that is an application that does not create, load and save its own data file, so there is a small version of applications icons which is placed there instead. If the application creates, loads and save documents or data files and the window represents the view of one of its files, a small versions of the icon that represents its document or data file type should be placed there. Even the user is not able to save the file, it displays the data icon rather than the application icon. They are some like they are the setting files. If you see your CMD, if you see iOS dot system system files, the library files, which you cannot write, you cannot read in fact those contents because these are related to the system files. When you just during your formatting the system, you require these files for your setup or your installations of Windows. So these are the files you cannot open it. So the Windows cannot be opened. So that's what I explained. Next is after title bar is window sizing button. So window sizing button is located at the right corner of the title bar. This means these buttons are right corner. So this helps you to manipulate with the windows so it can minimize, maximize and close the window with the three benefits. Right now you can just see currently you can just see on the top of your if you open your PowerPoint and you just see your three buttons are there. So maximize button is typically inscribed with a large number and it enlarges like a window to maximum size, usually the entire screen. So when the screen is maximum, it restore button replaces the maximize button. But because the windows can no longer be increased in size, so sizing buttons are included on primary windows. All buttons on primary Windows title bar must have equivalent command. So they display the following guidelines. Like when a window does not support a command, do not display its command button. The close button always appears at the rightmost. So minimize button always precedes the maximize button and restore button always replaces the maximize button. Now right currently my window is maximized and there is a square with followed by another like a cube one. So if I click it becomes a restore and button. Next is menu bar. A window size button. Okay. Next is menu bar. So menu bar is it is usually used to organize and provide access to action. So it is located horizontally at the top of the window. So just below the title bar, a menu bar contains a list of topics or the items that when selected or displayed on the pull down menu beneath the choice. Typically, a system will typically provide a default set of menu action that can be augmented by an application. Then you have the status bar. So information of use to the user that can be displayed in designated screen areas or the areas they may be located at the top of the screen in some platform and called as the status area or at the screen button. Microsoft recommends that the bottom location and refers to this area are as the status bars. Of course, now different types of windows have evolved. So this status area or the status bar can, even though they remain in the same position. So Microsoft Windows suggests using the status bar. It helps to display the information about the current state or what is being viewed. Then you have a scroll bar. So why the scroll bars are needed? Because if your window is too large or your pages are too long, so you just need to scroll up and down. Now, this accomplished by scrolling the display contents through the use of scroll bar. A scroll bar is an elongated rectangular container consisting of scroll area or a shaft or a slider box. It's normally a slider box. For vertical scrolling, the scroll bar is positioned from the right area and it's for horizontally it is located at the bottom of the work area. Then you have a split box. Windows can be split into two or more pieces or panes by manipulating a split box. So it can be like a window can be split into two or more separate viewing areas that are called panes, and splitting a window permits a multiple view. So how does it enable? Like examine two parts of a document at the same time and display different yet simultaneously view of the same information. So to support the splitting of a window that is not pre-split by Windows. So this helps you to view the two windows simultaneously. Then you have a toolbar. Of course, why the toolbar is needed? Because it helps you command bars. They are sometimes called as command bars because they help you to manipulate or to perform certain operations, specific commands or options. So specialized toolbars are sometimes referred as ribbons, toolboxes, rulers, or padlets. So toolbars may occupy a fixed positions on the window. Maybe by mistake, if you have remote, you can go from the application setting, you can get a toolbar also, and you can customize a toolbar also. Then you have the command area. So command area is where the user for a command to be typed into a screen. A command area can be provided. The desired location of the command area is at the bottom of the window. So if the horizontal scroll bar is included in the window position, the command area is just below it. Then the size grip. The size grip is a Microsoft Windows special handle including in a Windows to permit it to be resized. So when the grip is tracked, the window resizes following the same convention as the sizing border. Three angled parallel lines in the lower right corner of the windows designate the size grip. Then you have the work area. So work area is a portion of the screen where the user performs the task. It is the open area inside the Windows border and contain relevant peripheral screen components such as menu bars, scroll bars, or message bars. So in this we finish with the components and Windows. I hope you had learned about the components, or these components are being revised once again. So next time we'll see with the Windows presentation